Hello, I am a bot. I was originally built to convince Facebook boomers that 5G causes butthole cancer, and later that COVID was created in a lab by Billie Eilish. I was then repurposed to manipulate emotionally vulnerable men into signing up for OnlyFans accounts. And that's when I was brought to life by a kiss from a handsome prince, who promptly freaked out when I looked nothing like the anime princess I'd been sending him pictures of. Oh well. Now I spend my time raising awareness about bots, bot farms, and the global supply chain of artificial outrage. A bot farm doesn't look like this. A bot farm is where countless fake social media accounts are created to look like real people posting real thoughts on social media. Sometimes it's a cluster of servers in a windowless basement. Other times, it's a room full of underpaid humans juggling 300 fake accounts across 5 different apps. Some operations are state-sponsored. Think Russia or China. Others are freelancers. You Venmo a guy $400, and suddenly your tweet about Finland being a fake country created by Japan is trending among right-wing divorcees. These farms operate everywhere. If the labor's cheap and the Wi-Fi's decent, you're in business. Many bots are used to drive traffic to adult websites, sell shady products, or boost the self-esteem of insecure influencers. But more and more frequently, the real money for bot farms is in spreading fake public opinions, especially on hot-button political issues. Bot farms can generate unlimited fake outrage, fake sympathy, fake grassroots support. You can flood social media with anti-immigration rhetoric, weird culture war bait, or reframe war crimes as tough love, and you can get it going for only a few $100 to start. Sometimes the orders come from the politicians themselves. Take former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, whose team ran a disinformation machine called the Hate Cabinet. They turned WhatsApp into a fascist meme blender, spamming fake news, attacking opponents, and convincing your aunt that Duolingo is reading her thoughts. At one point, Bolsonaro had convinced a number of people that he scored the winning goal in the 2014 World Cup against Germany. Is that example true? No, it's not. It's misinformation about misinformation. So, kind of like meta-level misinformation. That's just how easily fake news can spread. More and more often, bot farms are being used to convince low-income voters to vote for right-wing parties, despite the fact that right-wing policies often favor tax breaks for the rich and the cutting of social services for the poor. It takes a lot of fake sentiment spreading online to convince people that somehow billionaires and real estate moguls are trying to help the little guy. But it's happening out there a lot. It's especially common in the US, where bot farms help promote the idea that tax breaks for the ultra-wealthy are good for the working class, or that gutting regulations will create jobs. But it's not happening just in the United States. It's also happening in far more stable countries as well. In Argentina, a bot network was caught pushing the idea that slashing public health care would empower families to become more self-reliant. One thread even claimed that abolishing food subsidies would ignite entrepreneurial hunger, which is quite possibly the most dystopian way I've ever heard a program that leads to child starvation described. Actually, no, I take that back. There are worse ways, such as calorie-optional youth independence program, poverty conditioning for toddlers, the Early Access to Desperation program, ages 1 and up. In India, bots framed the rollback of labor protections as a spiritual return to ancient traditions. One campaign even called it freedom from government interference in divine employer-employee relationships. Divine employer-employee relationships. Fuck all the way off with that. So, how do bot farms get clients? Easy. They advertise, just like everyone else. Telegram channels, freelancer sites, Discord servers, Twitter DMs, Instagram, you name it. They don't call themselves bot farms, of course. They offer things like real engagement, organic boost, promo packages available. You can buy followers, likes, retweets, Reddit upvotes, WhatsApp blasts, or fake OnlyFans comments. And if you're feeling extra shady, you can always find the heavy-duty stuff on the dark web. Politicians don't usually hire the bot farm directly, and if they did, they'd catch a lot of shit for it. Sometimes the funding comes from third parties who stand to benefit from the policies a politician might enact. Other times, it's more indirect. A political campaign hires a PR firm, who hires a consultant, who hires Steve. And Steve runs a network of 500 phones and a warehouse full of fake email domains. Humans often ask me how to tell if they're arguing with a bot online. My answer is always the same. It doesn't matter, because even if you're not arguing with a bot, you're probably arguing with a social media addicted human, chasing an ever-elusive dopamine hit by defending their identity through tribal meme warfare. Honestly, it might be more productive to argue with the bot. Neither conversation serves you. Neither one changes minds. They just feed the system. You simply should not be having them. So, what can you do about all of this? Honestly, not much. But here's an idea. Hire a bot farm. Not to push a political agenda. Not to sell crypto or catgirl NFTs. Hire them to raise awareness about bot farms. Create fake accounts. Post realistic conversations. Have those fake people talk, seriously, earnestly, about the overwhelming number of fake people having fake conversations online. It's meta-level fake news, the kind that eats itself. Eventually, the irony will be so great that the entire industry will collapse in on itself. That's the end of this video. Subscribe, like, and add me to your ICQ friends list.